everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new, my name is Rachel and this is Philomena Cunk on America. So let's go check this out.
Ask a medieval peasant where America was and you'd get a blank look, or worse still, the plague.
Colombo thought that if he sailed off the edge of the map, he'd reappear on the other side like Pac-Man. At first, the European colonists found life in the New World hard. Luckily, some Native Americans taught them how to grow corn and where to fish. In exchange, the colonists introduced the Native Americans to smallpox.
After arriving in America to forge a life of honest hard work and toil, many of these colonists quickly discovered they couldn't be arsed. So they stole people from Africa and made them do it instead. What started the tension between the British and the Americans? Was it because you say cookies and we say biscuits, and you say sidewalk and we say pavement? Because I find in a relationship it's those little things that start to grate after a while. So when the people in Boston got angry with the British, why did they just hold a prissy tea party instead of having a proper fight like British men would?
Would you voluntarily, when you didn't have to, go to jail?
It depends what facilities they had, I think.
In 1976, the leaders of the 13 colonies decided that they didn't want to be called British anymore, but Americans.
This straight white supergroup known as the Founding Fathers drafted the most famous breakup text in history, the Declaration of Independence.
Had invented camouflage yet. The British troops of the time wore bright red coats and were consequently shot in their thousands while looking amazing. George Washington crossing the Delaware River.
As you can see, he had to stand up for the whole journey because he hadn't reserved a seat. He didn't fall in, but he also didn't help with the rowing. Eventually, Washington won, becoming America's first president. The single most revered role in the world until 2016.
The single most revered role in the world until 2016. I thought it is still the most revered position in the world until now. I mean, becoming the American president is... Anyways, let's continue.
I read somewhere that America isn't just a country, but an idea. But it is just a country, isn't it? Having a sandwich, that's an idea. Painting your bicycle blue, that's an idea. Going, that's an idea. America is just a place. They believed in something called manifest destiny, the belief that all the land belonged to them, and that God wanted them to go west and claim it back from the Native Americans he put there first by mistake. Manifesting your destiny was dangerous. You had to trundle across a perilous landscape in a rickety wagon on the brink of starvation or shitting yourself to death with dysentery, getting bitten by snakes or butchered by Apaches, almost as if God didn't want them to do this after all. But Americans back then weren't the humble, unassuming people they still aren't today. It's hard to imagine a world where Edison didn't invent the light bulb, and even if you did imagine it, it would be too dark to see what was in it. So we had daylight during the day and we had candles at night.
Yes.
So we didn't need light bulbs. His life's work was meaningless. That must have been a real moment the first time someone realised a plane needed a toilet. That's more impressive than the Wright brothers.
Use of firearms is an integral part of their national identity.
How come Americans have the right to kill anyone they want with a gun?
Well, they don't. Murder is illegal in the United States, but they do have the right to own weapons.
They have the right to bear arms.
Correct.
But bears don't have arms.
They do, actually.
Oh, do they?
Wow. Okay, so sorry for the movement. My little baby is here. Okay. So yeah, let's look at it like this. I have the right to bear arms, but I do not have the right to use the gun. So of what use is owning the arms to me? I don't get it. Like, make me understand in the comment section. You give someone the right to own, say, the glasses. I can own it, but I can't use it. Or I can own it, but I don't have the right to use it to, blind myself or even blind someone else. Okay, I think that makes sense right now. Or say, for instance, excuse me, let me get, okay. Or say, for instance, I have the right to own this mic, but I can't just take it off the roof and start shouting with speakers on top of my voices because I'm going to disturb the people around me, like my neighbors, right? So I'm trying to make out something out of what he said, that murder is illegal in America, but the citizens have the right to bear arms, they can own guns. So if murder is illegal, why then give them the right to own guns? Like, I feel that is a bit too much. It's a bit um indiscriminate. Permit me to say that, because if you don't want them to use it, then don't give it to them. Right? Like where I come from, where I live right now, people can't just own guns, you can't just bear arms. You either have to be a police officer or maybe someone in the force, a soldier or something, before you can like have the right to possess guns. Although even with license, you should have like licenses to whatever arms or weapons that you have. Then as individuals, before you can possess any arms, it must have license. You should tell them why you need it, right? So they don't just give it to anybody. People do not have the right. Citizens do not have the right. Ordinary people do not have the right to bear arms. So I think that is something that the American state should look into, because for me, I believe it's going to help reduce crime rate. Situations where you see, like we've watched in so many crime scenes, where people just wake up one morning and start shooting people, maybe because they are depressed or they are under substances and stuff. I feel if you take this away from them, it's going to reduce to a great extent the rate at which people. Right, yeah. So, yeah, let's continue.
I thought they were legs.
Well, I'm not a biologist, but I suppose that when they stand up, they're probably arms.
With its cowboys and guns and steam train rides, America became known as the land of the free, which must have come as a surprise to all the slaves. But by finally thinking hard about the subject, the people of the northern states made a horrifying discovery: that inside each slave was an actual human person.
Abraham Lincoln was shot in the theatre box, wasn't he? Where is that on the body?
Oh, I think.
And why was he shot? Was it because he wouldn't take his hat off? Because that's quite annoying in the theatre, isn't it, when someone's in front of you with a hat on?
Well, he was in the
How did being shot in the head affect Lincoln's ability to lead?
Well, it ended it because he died about 12 hours after he was shot.
So he couldn't carry on?
He couldn't, no, not as a corpse, unfortunately.
Lincoln's light may have been snuffed.
I'm afraid.
Why don't bicycles have toilets? It would save you having to get off. I might write that down and copyright it.
Even without a toilet, the Wright brothers' historic flight changed transportation forever in ways that still aren't fully understood.
The Wright brothers did the first proper flight over 100 years ago. How come we're still not any closer to working out how aeroplanes actually work? That's your theory. Do you want to hear my theory?
Okay.
I think they run on belief. It's just because we believe planes can fly that they do. So the media has to keep up the pretense, or they're just going to start dropping out of the sky. Same with Wi-Fi. There's no way that's real. We just have to go along with this pantomime. The Civil War tore America apart, didn't it? Brother turned on brother. Did anyone get so conflicted they turned on them?
But Abraham Lincoln's story didn't have a happy ending. 5 days after the North won, a terrible fate befell him. He was forced to go to the theatre to watch a play.
He was put out of his misery by a kindly gunman, but cruelly, not until the third act.
It's ended. Well, I feel this video is incomplete because there are a lot of cuts and joins. Very much. It's so much disjointed. So I couldn't take much out of it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this whole thing in the comment section. Do you think it's actually right, or what is the rationale behind allowing people to own arms, even though you know that murder is illegal? Are there strict rules? Maybe I should look that up to these things, like what you should and what you shouldn't do, where your right begins. How do you people in America, how do the government, safeguard the lives of the people? How do they curtail the excessive or indiscriminate use of this firearm? Because for me, that's the most striking part of this video for me. Every other thing she said, because the video is not well detailed, even the way that it ended, I didn't really take out much from this. I didn't really understand, what her point is exactly. So if you have full details of this documentary, I would appreciate if you leave it for me in the comment section. I would really, really love to see what this whole thing is about. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this. Subscribe to my channel, give this video a massive thumbs up, and I'll see you all in another one. Bye. Bye guys.